Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF T3 Live at this week's market wrap-up and holiday shortened week, and the micromanagers are out in force. If SPY does this, if SPY does that, SPY doing nothing. We still have this lower, this low VIX environment. So what it did do, if you really got to micromanage it down, is this. You go 2-2 reversal. All right, so we'll give them that. All right, comes in, which is 2 is taking out one side of the previous range, 2 up, 2 down. So what's the next 2? Do we take out this low or do we take out that high? Next week you're closer to that one. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, Diamonds poked down, but look at this. Doji on the week and slightly green too and nothing, right? But it did go down, but recovers, and that's micromanaged. Well, what was really the story was the micro tech tech wreck, if you will. And that's, once again, you can see this doing there's only so many types of reversals. 2 in one direction, 2 down. And then right now, what called that high? 2, 1, 2 reversal, the inside day right there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So just marched it down like that. Not the end of the world, but he also had some help from SMH. SMH coming back into this broadening formation like so. Boom, 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 boom. So we'll see how that goes. And here, once again, you're going to see what it gave you. It's here. By 2 cents it went up. This is the other kind of reversal. Outside bar takes out one side of the range, takes out the other, and so it comes back through there. We had some Facebook shooter counters hammer, shooting star down, which triggers this on the monthly. The outside inside month and down 3-1-2. All right, with the momentum shooting star down. The thing about this is you always want to remember what the magnitude is. You're just looking to take once this takes this out, you're looking to take that out. The question is, you're going to be weak enough to take that out, right? But you did have that weekly and all that stuff working for you. It's going to close as an inside day to end the week. Baba here. We'll clean this baby up. I was doing some triangles for the coaching last night, but you can see here the 1-2 down. Inside weak to the downside for Baba. That works very nice. Of course, you got Tesla, and Tesla had not a good time to be smoking weed when you got the inside weak to the downside. The 2-1-2 continuation down. It's also here, RevStrat monthly. And what that means is you had an inside bar, you got out of it, triangle them out, come back in, and then when you take this out, we're looking to take all these guys out in one shot, and you did it. The question now is, you're going to be weak enough on the month to take that out, but now just gaps and dojis down in here. We'll see. LRCX in the micro tack rack. Well, for these guys it was pretty rough. Here, and you can see this once again, inside day 2-1 down, and then if you go to here on the weekly, you're going to see this inside bar countered with shooter. That's the 1-2-2 RevStrat triggered by inside day. Ta-da, puke. That was real nice. KLEC. KLEC having a real rough time here. And here's on the daily, the 2 up, 2 down reversal, and took care of business on that. So that's like going as a 3-week outside week. It also triggers this. So when you're looking at all the things, here's your inside month. And so that got some extra trouble here by going 1-2 down, and the inside month are below 108.36. So when you use all these different time frames, it gives you all sorts of different entries on a lot of this stuff. That's why I'm pointing it out to you. Okay, AVGO, the only other way. Now, inside month to the upside on today's gap. Outside day, 3-2 day kicker up. That was real nice, and you had to be fast on a lot of these things, but knowing what a continuation looks like is important to help you get in on something like this. I can't chase it. Yeah, you can. Here's 2 up, 2 down, right? There's your corrective activity. 2 back up, 2-2-2 continuation. You get in right there, and then anytime it makes it a lower low, you can just jump ship and look for another entry. AMAT, more problems over here, as you'll see. And inside weak Momo shooter down, puke, down into the low. So that worked. MU had some issues here, and MU here, the 1-2-2 scenario RevStrat by taking this out. Boom, you hit it here. Going to take these guys out. We did that, and that gives you the tight broadening formation here, the higher high and the lower low, right in that on the daily. SWKS. SWKS, a little rougher down in here. If you go here, see, that was red, but it was still a 2 up because it took out one side of the range last week. So this is the 2-2 reversal here. Bam, going to take this out, that out, and they did it. And you had the 3-2 day, the outside day to accelerate that. So this having some problems over there. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh yeah, the IBB helped out a little bit too for the Q pullback, and IBP here you get the inside day here, right there, inside day break, comes down, and after last week, look at how it starts the month. It was top of the broadening formation, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high to the tick, then new month starts and bam, they hit it with that inside day. And one of the things you want to do when you have like a signal in IBB is you're going to go to Labu because you're going to get more bang for the buck. Even if it's not inside, you can use the other signal, but you can see this thing puking from 106, 107 down to 94. That's a little bit more bang for the buck. And you can see that simultaneous break is when you have the same signals and the breaking at the same time. And so you had the IBB inside day down from here, and that was Celgene. Celgene inside day down, Regeneron. Here, GILD, they all broke at the same time. So it's not the end of the world, but that's what was happening over there. We had some retail strength too, Costco. Here you want to look at this. You see the weekly. This is your momentum hammer. Some people look at it and be like, it's hanging man, that's the top. Well, the reason these work is because anybody was short last week and got it jammed up here and hoping it was going to roll over, if it didn't cover, then you get a new month and you get a new allocation of guys, guys buying, which you have a short covering and real buying, and that drives it up like that. And something like Ulta today, if you look at the daily, you're going to see the same pattern. Boom. Ulta, get. Like so. Phillips Van Heusen going the other way, and that was a nice 3-2 week, as you're going to see here. Outside week to the downside. What that means is you had a range expansion of both sides of the range, and then the expansion of the expansion, the 32. Bam, see you later. The gappers, we also had Win. The gamers take some hit. Win. There's your RevStrat. Inside bar shooter down 1, 2, 2, and that tells you to look for LVS, which was actually outside 1, 3 with shooter RevStrat down. Boom, that was nice too. And slob. There's an OIH, it's all this stuff, and still having all sorts of problems with the slob going inside week and down 1, 2. And if you go back, slob is going to trying to go to multi-year lows, testing this thing down in here. So still all sorts of problems over there. The gapper list that I tweet out in the morning, that we follow all day, you can see like AVGO. I think we just went through this. Yeah, AVGO, we went through it. And that was on the gapper list today. Okta. So if you go to Okta, you're going to see the 15-minute here. Momentum hammer, just like I showed you in Costco and just as in Ulta. Boom, in, up, 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 up. There's your RevStrat. Take the money, and that's a nice little move. Homeboy, H-O-M-E, home. Now, if you look at the 30 here, you can see how clean some of these moves can be for you if you're just following the 30. Gaps down, goes inside 30. What's one type of reversal? 2, 1, 2, you got it, and then you could reverse again. The 2, 1, 2, get short here. Boom, 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 boom. Inside bar, down, 2, 1, 2. Reverse there, get long, and it comes back down, stops you out in here. But you know, there's some chances for there. But you can see when you just follow some of these gaps and just take it easy, that you know, it's a good way to go. It's relaxing. It's it's focused on just what you're going to be looking at, especially when you got this low VIX environment. So for next week, SPY monthly still inside. You always want to ask yourself, what's the next 2? All right, so right now you're closer to 2 and down here. All right, so if we take that out, we can look to try and take something like that out. QQQ, certainly low, easier to take that part out. It's also, remember, you can only go 3 outside bar if you go 2 and then come back. So just because they break doesn't mean they can't come back up on them. But we'll be aware of that. And the diamonds, to a certain extent, just a little bit better, right in the middle. So we'll see. We still got a bunch of tariffs, and we got a bunch of trade agreements and all that kind of stuff we got to get through, so we'll see how it goes. All right, that's the week that was. I hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantedge VTF here at T3 Live with this week's Market Wrap-Up.